It
you
just
on
started.
Twitter
Go
to
ahead.
see? Okay.
Yeah, it's broadcasting on Twitter and a number of places for sure. Hey everybody, this is Dan. Let me make sure we're on Twitter. Technically, we don't have any viewers. You see it on Twitter? Okay, so now we have 2 viewers. Make sure. Make sure it like tweeted properly. Oh man, it didn't like give like a. Okay, let me retweet myself. But all right, hopefully we'll pick up a few followers.
It's not your own Twitter.
It's on Twitter. It's on like our Facebook. It's on like a couple Facebook pages. What are you thinking?
57. It's increasing. Okay.
What?
Yeah.
We already have people joining us.
Yeah.
Live discussion. Let me just retweet us. All right, we have 79 viewers already, so that's good. So hey everyone, give me 30 seconds just to like tweet this, and then we're gonna get started with this live stream. Live discussion. Wait. From Gaza. Now. Okay. Okay, so hey everyone, my name is Dan Cohen. I am a journalist with Behind the Headlines. We are, of course, witnessing this another mega assault on the Gaza Strip, on the occupied, besieged Gaza Strip, and there's been, very little reliable international media coverage. I haven't even seen foreign journalists are going to Gaza, and as restricted as it is, there are of course many who are able to, unless the Israelis have restricted it. I don't know, but so I want to do everything I can to shed some light on what it's really like there. Myself, I spent 7 months in Gaza total between 2014 and 2017. I made the documentary Killing Gaza with Max Blumenthal that shows the 2014 assault and the aftermath. You can watch that on Vimeo. Just go to killinggaza.com. $3 to watch, $5 to buy it. But anyway, to get to the point, so I'm really fortunate to be joined by, I have 3 Palestinian guests from Gaza who are able to talk about the situation that they've experienced for many years and going on right now. So first we have Shaima Ziara. Shaima, I don't know if you want to say, just.
Yeah, of course. My name is Shaima Ziara. I'm a Palestinian from Gaza. Lived there my whole life. Currently living in Doha, Qatar. But I have been living in Gaza since birth to 2015. I have lived through multiple wars, multiple Israeli aggressions on Gaza, and I have my whole family there at the moment. I'm happy to tell you more today about what it is like actually living in Gaza, in Gaza, and what it's like being there during the Israeli aggressions, and give a little bit more of a historical background and explanation for the situation, whether in Gaza, West Bank, or in the occupied Palestinian territories.
Excellent. And we also have 2 more people from Gaza who are not going to totally reveal their identity for personal safety reasons, personal security, but no doubt they can speak with a lot of authority. So we have Wala and Ola, who are also on the line.
Hi everyone,
Wala.
this is Ola.
Yeah,
from
yeah.
Gaza.
There we go. Okay, everyone's here. Great. So first, maybe let's just talk about what is the situation in Gaza, at this moment. Now it's about 11. It's after 11 p.m. in Gaza, and this is the fourth consecutive day of Israeli airstrikes. Last night, about 24 hours ago, it seemed like a shocking amount of airstrikes, and from what I saw a lot of people saying it's actually the most intense bombardment at one time that Gaza has ever experienced. So just, anyone can talk about what is that like and what's happening right now.
Okay, so since I'm living in Gaza and I can give you a live situation from Gaza, since this afternoon we hear some strikes. It is sporadic. It's not continuous like last night. Just after 5 p.m. we have like 7 to 9 consecutive bombing for Gaza places. One is only 1 kilometer from my house. The other one was only 300 meters for a bank in Gaza. This is the road that we always use to go to work or to the hospital. So it is a vivid street that everyone is walking in. And they hit it by 3 F-16 missiles. From time to time, you can hear the military or the military ships from the sea are hitting Gaza with big missiles. You hear the sound, and you don't know really where these missiles are going. The problem this time in Gaza is that really we don't have good internal coverage here. People are more focused on things in Sheikh Jarrah, in Jerusalem, in Palestinian land in 1948, and little coverage is focused on Gaza. Even us people in Gaza, we hear the sound, we hear the shrapnels or the broken glasses, but we are not really aware what is going on or where this missile have landed. Last night, as you said, Dan, it was really horrific. I didn't imagine that these missiles have hit north of Gaza, not my house, not my neighbor's house, because it was really tense. It is the worst bombardment that I have heard this time, or even compared to previous aggression, it is more tense. We spent about 2 hours hearing missiles falling down on Gaza. We hear people screaming on the streams live. Without the live streams that some people have been broadcasted yesterday night, we would never guess that it is in the north, not in Gaza City. I'm living in Gaza City. I'm 3 to 4 kilometers from the north. And without the streams, I will never guess it. It is in the north area. The testimonies by the people who were living in Jabalia and Beit Lahia, which is the most crowded camp in Gaza, that testimonies were like awful. I cannot even describe the horror that these kids were feeling, the cry and the screams by the ladies who were trapped under the rubble inside their houses. Maybe you can hear now some of the bombardment that we witness every day and we hear.
Yeah, we could hear it.
Yeah. So really, it's horrible. It's like a slaughter of Palestinian people inside their houses. In Rafah, it was the same yesterday. They took the babies and the kids' cadavers and like they were in parts. They were not full body that you can take from under the rubble. They were in parts. They were really bloodshed everywhere, and people were crying. They don't know if their children are still under the rubble or how they can leave or to go to the hospital. How you see a baby who is coming to the hospital like covered by his blood, every part in his, like there is shrapnels everywhere. I don't know who are the terrorists in this situation. Yeah. Back to you, Dan.
I think there might be connection issue with Dan. Just to comment on what Ola has said and to add to it, many have been reporting that because of the intense bombing that is falling on Gaza all the time, especially what happened last night, where there were 150 Israeli war terror planes bombing simultaneously across Gaza Strip from north to south. At the same time, they dropped around 450 rockets on unarmed civilians. And because of how insanely intense it was, even journalists were not able to actually move within the city and try to reach the places that are being bombed and report on it. Not to mention that there was a lot of electricity and internet blackout in many places. So all we had coming out of Gaza were people that are trying to stream, that are actually have been already live, that can hear the bombings around them, but they're unable to recognize where that is happening, if there are anyone hurt. Not to mention that yesterday there was actually a car with journalists that are going to an area to report on, and it was targeted, and there were injuries among the journalists themselves. And this is not only Israel's attempt to kind of harm civilians, but they're also trying to not keep the world from knowing what's happening, and they're trying to even target journalists because they know that now the crimes are being seen by the whole world, and targeting journalists will basically prevent them from exposing their crimes there. And this is something that is causing this media blackout as well to come out from Gaza. Dan, we're unable to hear you.
We can't hear you. We still can't hear you.
That's all right.
Yes.
Yeah, or continue, please, if you have anything to raise.
I just want to say that what's happening right now is just a recent escalation of what has been happening for the last 73 years in Palestine, starting from Nakba to the most recent genocide of 2021 in Gaza and in the whole Palestinian land. This is not new, but this is more severe and more shocking. It's becoming a genocide in all of our land. We're not just talking today about Sheikh Jarrah, about Haifa, about Akka, or about Gaza. We're talking about whole Palestine, like starting from the very first day when the Israeli military, which is, by the way, the fourth strongest army in the world, and it has the most powerful and the most advanced defense system. It has been bombing the Palestinian lands, especially Gaza Strip, which is known to be the most crowded area in the world. You can say in videos and live streaming that we have buildings and buildings and buildings all over each other. So when they bomb one building, they actually bomb a whole neighborhood. When they try to kill one person, they kill a whole family. This is a genocide by all means. Bombing have been going crazy since the start of this operation in Gaza. They are attacking civilians. By just looking at the numbers of the past few days, you can look like more than 200 civilians has been killed, more than 20 children, more than 20 women out of them. Just a simple calculation of that, like 50% per day. Do you still believe that we are going in 2021? We are talking about peace. We are talking about human rights. You have to look about the Palestinian issue from another point of view. Today, we are not talking about a certain political party. We are not talking about Arabs versus Jews. We are talking about extremely a human rights issue, about a humanitarian situation where civilians are being killed every day. We know that the number is more than 200 because we still don't know who is lying underneath these buildings, these bombed buildings. We don't know. We don't know the actual number of people being injured and being hit, and this is per se is a crime. The social media now is trying to expanding the picture and make it more clear for everyone. Too many people are trying to support us as Palestinians, support our vision, but it is really going out of control. It's becoming like if you are watching a movie and that movie causes you a nervous breakdown, causes you severe depression. So now just take a look back to people in Gaza. They are being bombed, no electricity, no internet connection. The phone networks is also hugely affected. They only can hear, as Ula said, they only can hear bombs. They can see the sky in the middle of the night being lightened by rockets, and they can hear the screams and the sirens of ambulances, and they don't know what's going on and what's happening. Yesterday, the Israeli forces used sound bombs and light bombs in adjacent to actual missiles, and they started talking about an invasion to Gaza Strip. They caused a psychological war to the people. People started screaming. They were dying from their inside. Can you imagine that? It's like a huge prison. You are in that prison. Someone is knocking on your door hardly and sharply. Someone is throwing bombs into your cells, and they are telling you, we are coming to kill you, frankly, death for Arab, and you just don't know what's happening. This is the psychological impact on Palestinian in Gaza. I want to say something that I have seen in the past few days and testimonies from people. We all know about a story that happened in 1948 in Nakba, when people from Haifa, they left their home and they took a pillow instead of their baby. That story happened yesterday in Gaza. A woman, she ran out from the house, and then she remembered that her grandson is still in the house. That happened yesterday. Can you imagine the fear she felt, the horror, the terrible feelings that she had? She was out of her mind. She could not think, and she ran again to bring her grandson. Can you believe this in 2021? Let's talk about Israel. They keep saying that they want peace and they want two countries solution. But meanwhile, they steal land. They kill people on daily basis, even between these huge escalation of events. Like, don't think that in 2020 or in 2019, there was no stealing of lands and there was no killing of people. No, there was continuous and on daily basis killing of people and stealing of land. This huge escalation is just to empower them further and to control everything in to push everything for a further dimension. So if they want to,
because we're having technical issues with Dan, we're gonna just drop immediately and then come back right on.
Yes.
So that everyone can participate and Dan can actually join us in the conversation. So we'll pick up right off where we leave off right now. We're going to be there with you. So just please stay on standby. We're going to be right back. We're just going to disconnect and join again, so we make sure that we hear all the speakers and they can participate. Thank you so much.